too. Wow. Hello. Aw. I always want to listen to Life as a Nun when I accidentally let it start. Hello. Yes. Kneel before Paul. Kneel all the way down. Crawl on your belly in the dust like a snake. Yeah, dude, it's hot. Way too sunny to do outside streams. That's why. Well, it's one of the reasons why I haven't been doing many streams lately. Is because I just lack a comfortable place to do them. Hello, Mr. Naughty Priest, you daft bastard. Cloud Massacre, thanks for your $1.99 tithe. Thank you, Mr. Naughty Priest, for your continued generation in support of what I and my friends do. You are noted, sir. You are noted and appreciated. Oh man. All right. Let's get this joint sparked. Oh, yeah, I was up super late last night. I might be able to find some like background music for us, huh? I usually do that. Let's do some like let's put some stuff on. We'll just throw something up in there. Love some noir jazz, man. Makes me feel like I'm a detective sitting in a dingy office. Of all of the offices in this city of fallen angels, she had to walk into mine. Long legs, long blonde hair, long eyelashes, and a long rap sheet. Who doesn't love that, man? Who doesn't love it? Hello. TJ always used Carl Casey for background music, but I don't think you want to go for the cyberpunk vibe. No, yeah, like it's funny. It's like, you know, there's a mood that is significant with the background music, and yeah, dude, I'm definitely not feeling cyberpunk today. In all of this wide, filthy world, there's gotta be one dame that's good. One dame won't walk out on you when you're at work. One dame that understands what you go through. Boom. Anything happened with the attic cats? What the fuck are the attic cats, bro? In all the gin joints in all the world, she had to walk into mine. That's right. Oh, the attic cats. Yeah, they went on. We decided that it was probably best to just let them do their thing. They weren't really bugging us. They're in some kind of exterior part of the roof. Yeah. No, we just left them and they went on about their business. They grew up. They were raised in our roof and now they're running around the neighborhood somewhere. Yeah, I just, it's like one of those moral considerations for me. I know how quickly animals are euthanized in, like ASPCA and stuff like that, the pound. And so I just didn't want to have that on my conscience, like maybe the right thing to do, and maybe it would have been better overall to reduce suffering if I would have taken those cats in and had them destroyed, because then they wouldn't be out there making more cats. I get the argument. Trust me, I do. I've just never been able to wrap my heads. Never been able to wrap my head around the moral aspect of that. It just feels wrong. I was like, let them go. Let them do their thing. Was wondering about them on and off because I love cats. Yeah. Got some cold brew coffee here today. You guys ever do cold brew coffee? And I'm kind of spoiled to it now. Especially in the summer. Drinking a big fat hot cup of coffee may not be exactly what I'm looking to do, But I still want that little morning/noon time hit of the nicotine. Seems like it's time to call upon the children of the salt is nigh. You think so? You think so? Yeah, the whole children of the salt idea, the whole cult idea. I mean, it's a nice dream, but I don't think I'd make a very good cult leader, honestly. If I'm being completely honest about my skill set, I don't think cult leader is in it, Like, pretty sure I'm not a cult leader. Cold brew makes my body feel too tense. Really? I like it. It's got like a chocolatey flavor to it. I will do anything you say. Yeah, you will, maybe. What about the rest of them, man? It's too much neediness in the world, I feel like I would get into the whole cult leader thing, and then I'd be like, man, now I'm responsible for all these fucking people, man. And people would be coming to me with their problems. Dude, no. I did my time in customer service purgatory, you know what I mean? I'm not interested in any type of change in my lifestyle that puts me in that position again. And I spent way too much of my life where my job was to be the guy that overhears your problem and solves it, you know what I mean? Fuck that. Why do fools fall in love? That's a good question. You need to anoint a priest to listen to their problems, maybe. Everybody plays the fool. Dude, thanks for letting me know what your fucking channel is here. It makes it easier to get rid of you. Like, it's a dude running around, you know, we're changing up the schedule a little bit, trying like some new dynamics and stuff with our deep fat fried schedule and shit. And there's a dude that's been like running around every fucking social media going like, yeah, Paul, this is only happening because Paul wants to meditate during his. I'm like, what? Okay, bro. You just ban you and ban you and ban you again. I'll see you later, buddy. Vamos. You gonna make more cinema for Cynic's video? No. Yes, of course. What do you think of rewilding? Should it be a focus of policy? I think that rewilding is an interesting like philosophy. I don't necessarily think I would qualify as a rewilder, although I think that a lot can be taken from the idea, like building sustainable communities, right? Building open air community gardens and like communities that exist in harmony with, to the extent that they can, with nature, rather than just bulldozing it out of the way, / burning it all and, you know, paving it. I think that there is a happy middle ground between rewilding, you know, just all of us returning to tribal yurts and literally bulldozing the planet to death, you know. If you ever look at any solar punk concept art, paints quite a bright future for us if we ever go green. Yeah, there's another name for that. I've heard it called solar punk before. People that they like follow the kind of utopian Jacques Fresco living skyscrapers kind of thing call themselves bright greens, which I'm not sure how I feel about either of those names, but solar punks, bright greens, people that believe that technology and nature can intermingle and coexist. There's actually a really cool, I think I read part of it on a show. I'd have to go find it. There's a really cool like poem about that. Oh, God damn it. I fucked up my noir. Way to go, Paul's ego. Here, that's better. That's better. Fucking up my mojo. Let's see. Ego punk. Yes. I like it. I like it. Oh, damn. YouTube is telling me I should insert an ad right now. I guess you can do that now. I guess they've put it up. Whoa. What happened? Oh, okay. I hate this new picture-in-picture thing. Sorry, looking at the back end. I know that's real entertaining. Looks like the back end of YouTube has changed up a little bit. Thinking about it, there might be much more gold in the universe than wood. I hope humanity spread it around. Terraforming Mars will be the first step in the mission, hopefully. Dude. Whatever. I'm not gonna cram the doom down your throat today. But we're not terraforming any Mars. We're not going anywhere. We're literally spinning our wheels in the mud, and we've got the world by the balls. You should think about that. That's one of the saddest things to me about the current state of affairs the world over, is that we human beings have triumphed over some of life's most ridiculous and limiting challenges. We've unified the globe. We've made distances meaningless when it comes to communicating with one another. We've made long distance travel easy, relatively cheap. We figured out a way to farm so much food that we here in the United States, at the very least, can throw away about half of what we make. Just ends up in the garbage bin, and we're still all right. And yet, despite all of that massive technological and philosophical progress, human beings are, I guess, almost pathologically pursuing their own destruction rather than their own survival. And, you know, it always harkens back to Jensen for me. When he talks about the death urge that humanity seems to have. Really plays out. We're spinning our wheels in the mud. We're going backwards. In the 60s, 70s, we're literally launching scientific expeditions to other heavenly bodies. Think about that. 60s, 70s. Missions to the moon and shit. Which, you know, would be expected for a species that's on a technological track to step off of its planet and colonize another planet. And then just poof. It's gone. We've just sort of languished, slowly but surely defunded our, you know, the arm of our government that was looking into space. Slowly but surely. It's like, As long as we can launch satellites, we really don't care to go any further. No, I don't think humans will ever walk on Mars. I mean, it's basically a natural cycle of nature, right? It happens to a lot of animals. Right. So deer, for example, there's a reason why states have these like periods of time during the year where you can hunt deer and hunt a lot of deer. because deer are a species that, if not checked by natural predators, by the way, natural predators for deer in this country would be things like mountain lions, wolves, grizzly bears, all of which are either completely gone from the United States functionally or on their very fucking last leg as a wild species. And so deer go out of control because there's not a natural mechanism by which some of the herd is culled. Then deer will just breed and breed and breed and breed, and there'll be too many of them, and they'll deforest and defoliate a large part of the forest, eat themselves into misery and disease. And the only reason why their species doesn't crash is because we step in and play the role of natural hunter by mathematically culling their numbers. And, you really can't compare the human experience to that because we're doing very different things. We manage and help the population of deer by culling them, but we can't even have a conversation on this planet. And I'm not even talking about culling people. We're smart enough to know that you can reduce the population on the earth without killing a single human being. It would take humanity. It would basically take humanity getting real. Under the current paradigm, population control is indisputably necessary. There are too many people squabbling for too few outlets. In a perfect utopian world, we could meet the needs of every person currently alive on this planet and then some, with a surplus. Food, shelter, fulfillment. But even saying it almost sounds like a joke. The reality of the situation is that there are far too many of us. Mars, if humans manage to get there, will quickly, after becoming independent, gain independence. They're too far away from earthly powers to exercise their will over the colonizers. That's up for debate, isn't it? Right? It depends on who controls what on Mars, right? So here's the thing. This idea that Mars would be colonized and independent ever is... it would take, there would be hundreds of years worth of human habitation of Mars. And to me, the most logical outcropping of that hypothetical would be giant corporations holding sway over the population of Mars. And a corporation, this is the disgusting and sad thing about corporations as an entity. They are not limited to their sphere of influence. Their sphere of influence goes wherever they go. And so, yeah, a free Mars would eventually, I agree. Like, if Mars was just self-sustaining, didn't need any kind of trade with the Earth, then there would come a logical point where Martian people would be like, fuck this. We don't need Earth. That's a shithole. There are idiots over there. Fuck them. We're cutting them off. We're going self-sustaining. But if Mars is not run by the people, if Mars is run by a giant corporation that has ties both on Earth and Mars and profits equally from both, there's no fucking way, bro. You're kidding yourself thinking about like a free Mars or whatever the fuck. But Mars would be incredibly dependent on Earth for 150, 200, 300 theoretical years. There would have to be constant shipments from Earth. Earth would have a choke chain around the neck of Mars. And the kind of lock around that choke chain that prevents Martians from, sloughing it off is corporate control. The corporation owns all the business. It doles out all the jobs. It provides all of the goods and services. And, any hint of rebellion is crushed. I mean, if you think that like rebellions get crushed here, wait until you have a whole planet that's functionally governed by a corporation. And is there any doubt that that's the way that it'll go? Like, if by some miracle human beings do walk on Mars someday, it will be under the banner of a corporation. Once the ball has begun rolling, however, the ball that's rolling is going to be corporatism. There will be 1 or 2 or 3 giant corporations, each with their own fiefdoms on Mars, that control the influx of goods and services from Earth, that export goods and services to Earth. And, no fucking Charter of Rights, no Bill of Rights following them. You know what I mean? This is like terra incognita. They're setting their foot in unknown space, unknown ground. They get to decide, like, it'd be a complete and utter surveillance state where anything that even so much had a whiff of rebellion about it was immediately and brutally crushed. You see this idea reflected in, a lot of our sci-fi. Science fiction universes often have these big corporations, like even Dune, right? Dune, which is notable for your anthropocentric sci-fi in having a huge departure from current human culture because humanity has evolved over so many tens of thousands and thousands of years. So there's a lot of distance. It's not like, 2125 or something. It's more like, the year 4000 or some shit in Dune. Or even further. It's like the year 10,000, I think, actually. So Dune takes place, but it still has this giant corporation that kind of underpins the economy between these different fiefdoms in space. The CHOAM company, yes. And it's a huge part of the plot of Dune, like the machinations and, dastardly plans of these different houses to capitalize on their CHOAM shares. Wasn't the deal with Dune that humanity had reestablished monarchy and made it interplanetary? I've only read the first book. Yeah, basically. It's kind of like a techno-monarchy, where instead of a fiefdom, the different leaders of the planet, they lead whole planets, right? So you've got the 2 houses that you spend most of the time with in the books, the Atreides and the Harkonnen. Sci-fi game called Hard Space Shipbreaker came out recently. Yeah. I actually own that game. I tried to play it once, but I bought it when it was in early access. and it was really incomplete when I bought it, and I haven't gone back and tried it again. I should check that out because I did see that it went full release. But yeah, that's a game where you play this person whose job it is to basically like scrap old ships, and the background radiation of the game is this hyper exploitative future, you know, space capitalist kind of thing. And to me, that's the most probable way that we get interplanetary as a species. This is, of course, assuming that we weave our way through the current issues hanging over the planet. That is, we gain mastery over the climate somehow. Like, we find a way to change the Earth's climate to reverse some of the damage of climate change. We survive that. We survive our nuclear apocalypse, which, oh my God, man. I really honestly don't want to delve too heavily into politics today because, quite frankly, it's a day off for me. And I don't overindulge in politics. And I think it's just kind of toxic to get as mad as I get when I talk about politics and think about politics, and especially immerse myself in politics. It stops me. You know what it is? Not to go too far afield. It stops being funny. And then I'm robbed of my only lens with which to make sense of the unsensible. You know, comedy, is dark though it may be, is the lens through which I view our reality. It's the little focusing lens on my reality. And when I spend too much time immersing myself in the discussion of politics, geopolitics, or national politics, or whatever kind of politics we're talking about, gender politics, it all just starts to feel very unfunny. And I prefer myself having the ability to look at it all and chuckle. That being said, there is oh man, there's a cavalier attitude. It's not just young people. I think that we've gotten historically so far from the Cold War and things like the Cuban Missile Crisis and any number of other incidents around that time where we were literally on the brink of nuclear war. There's like a cavalier attitude people have when it comes to nuclear war now. Like, they think it's a joke. They think the threat of it is a joke. They're just like, oh man, that'd be fear mongering, man. Dude, nobody's gonna launch nukes because everybody has nukes. It's like, what? It's like saying nobody's gonna shoot anybody because everybody's got guns. You know what I mean? Which is also an argument that people will make now. If everybody had a gun, nobody'd ever die by gunfire. It's like, huh? Susie, I hope that's not true. I hope that there's not a lot of people out there that have been like seduced into thinking that like the romanticized Fallout wasteland is going to in any way, shape, and form resemble a post-nuclear Holocaust world. You know? Please tell me it ain't so. No. No. What are your thoughts on Destiny? Are we talking about Destiny the looter shooter? Ah, yes, Destiny 1 and 2. Some pretty rote looter shooter games. The streamer, oh, no way. Anyway, my thoughts on Destiny. I actually I think I talked to Vosh about this when I went on his show. I think I brought it up. I used to watch Destiny way back in the day, before he would have been called a political streamer. Destiny was a professional StarCraft 2 guy. Like that, well, at least that's when I became aware of him. He played StarCraft 2. And I still to this day enjoy watching high-level StarCraft 2. I like the game. I like watching people play it. But when he split off and stopped being like a video game memer and started doing this like super argumentative, super fucking, I'm sorry to say it, oftentimes boring political streaming shit, I just kind of... So I'm really unaware of Destiny as a political entity. I don't watch him. I like Destiny way more as like just kind of a dude that shot the shit, played video games, and got into shenanigans in multiplayer games. But anyway. The amount of people that are just invested in people, like listening, like it's so weird. Listening to people talk about other people, or trying to be the catalyst for which one person discusses another. It's like there's a profound amount of people on the internet at large that is their favorite shit, man. Interpersonal drama. Gossip. I want you to go home with a knife. Grab your pillow from your bed and take it on the roof. I want you to cut the pillow open and then return to me. And the woman did so, went home, cut open her pillow. Feathers flew everywhere. She went back to church. Did you do as I said, woman? Did you cut your pillow with a knife? I did, Father. And what happened? Feathers, Father. All right. Well, now I want you to go out and gather up every feather that flew away on the wind. Well, that's impossible, Father. That's impossible. The feathers, they blew away. They went all over. And that, said Father O'Rourke, is gossip. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. It's one of the great scenes in modern cinema, in my opinion. I love that fucking scene. Is so beautifully shot and conceived of. It's from Doubt. Paraphrased, obviously. I didn't read them. Just from my memory. I like how some people say pillow. Dude, I love, like, I love calling my pillows pillows, dude. My mom says pillow. Get you a pillow. And so I like calling them pillows too. Or pillows. It's a cult of personality. Nobody wants to think for themselves. Oh. Pello? Oh, God. Pello. Nah, man. Nah. No, that's no good. Pello. Guess I say it like that too. Gross. This is the kind of music you have sex to, Paul? I don't really have sex to music. It's weird. So no. It's the kind of music I sit and go over case files in my day job. I'm a private dick in the city broken dreams. I've got a little office on Desperation Row. Doubt, yep. Totally agree. Doubt is very underrated. I like music where I can hump to the rhythm for sex. Go for it, buddy. You get you a little something something and a smile, man. Go for it. Oh yeah, Louis. That was a good show. Oh yeah, Chinatown. That's a good flick. It's good old film noir. Remember your description of how nasty an orgy would be? Yeah, it would be. Stinky. Listen here, you dizzy dame. Now, the day you walked into this office, my life has been cursed. Right, what do you want from me? Look around, sweetheart. I don't have enough for you. I barely got enough for myself. Here's $150 and a train ticket. You'd do best to get on that train. Because, sweetheart, if I see you around town, there's no more cordial greetings, no more pecks on the cheek. I don't know you. I don't want to know you. Hi, Pual. I'm the black guy with the afro from the LA meetup. Hey, buddy. How's the fro going? David Cronenberg joined Star Trek so crimes of the future could happen. What? I need to start fucking pre-reading comments again because you have dreads now? Oh, yeah. Cool beads. If you were a woman for a day, what would you try doing first? I don't know. I'd probably just walk around. That's the thing I think would be the most jarring. Is to just walk around. Why are people afraid? Because there's a whole fuck ton to be afraid of. I mean, Fear is like a defining aspect of our species. You know, a lot of our, you'd have to imagine, a lot of our kind of evolution from simian creature to what we consider to be a human being has been the bulking up of our brains so that we can better protect ourselves from things that, you know, other animals are kind of at the mercy of. Think about it. Shelter, right? It's one thing that there's a lot of animals in the world. They don't really have a concept of it. Permanent or semi-permanent shelter. Warmth. There's not an animal on the planet that can start a fucking fire to warm itself up if it's freezing to death. We develop the capacity to do that because of our fear of freezing to death and our experience freezing to death. Hunger. Most animals on this planet are utterly at the mercy of their environment. Human beings existed that way for a while, but our fear of the mass death, starvation, privation that happens led us to escape it, at least to a certain degree. Mass agriculture, mass manufacturing, mass distribution. All of these things exist because human beings for thousands upon thousands of years had to fear not having. How long do you think it'll take before America balkanizes, or will it rise like a phoenix to retain world power? Oh, I don't know, man. I don't have a fucking crystal ball. I think everybody has the kind of deceptive lens on their world that makes you look at it very like something's gonna happen in my lifetime, man. Who the fuck knows? I think it's a strong possibility in the future that as America's hegemony declines, that, you know, there's a breaking up of the United States. I could totally see it. As to when that's going to happen, I don't know. Is this the beginning of the end? I mean, every moment is. Right? A TFF retirement home and everybody there has to be a patron. Dude, that'd be great. That would be wonderful, man. Just a bunch of sloppy old neckbeards growing old together. Playing Pokemon on our 3DSs, you know. What would be the problem with breaking up the red states and blue? I feel like everyone can agree on that. No. No. You're wrong about everybody being able to agree on that, and you're wrong about it being simple. The fact that we have kind of like a strong central federal presence is the reason why the United States has been able to function the way it does. And so you're talking about, you know, a state or a group of states that decides they want to quote unquote secede from the Union is giving up all federal support, all federal dollars, all federal military equipment, all federal contracts, all, you know what I mean? Everything's going to the table in terms of their ability to cross their new border and what restrictions are placed on that. I mean, it's just, you know, it's not simple. There's a reason why there's a strong secessionist sentiment in the South, but that it's never happened. There's never been even a really like realistic move towards it ever. But down there, the sentiment is, you know, it's pretty widespread. Oh, fuck this, man. South shall rise again, all that bullshit. Texas is especially seditious. Texas has always been like, Texas would be fine. Maybe it would be, but you would also be sandwiched between two foreign countries. Like if Texas just seceded and became the People's Republic of Texas or whatever the fuck, they would be sandwiched between two foreign countries. They would be a completely and utterly like surrounded nation. Mexico to the south and the remainder of the United States to the north. And trying to become independent and not a little, you know, subject state of the surrounding countries would be the big fight in Texas. How are you going to get a bunch of food into Texas? You know, Texas isn't known for its fucking abundantly rich farmland. There's some farming in Texas, but is it enough to feed the Texan people? Who knows? What about the electrical grid and shit? What are you going to do? I'll be in favor of the wall after Texas secedes. Yeah. Just build it north of Texas. Wouldn't that be funny? If Texas was like, we're seceding, and the rest of the country was like, okay. Well, that's cool. What's that rumbling noise? Oh, that's all the federal military rolling out. Yeah, you guys don't get to keep that. That's all the federal military equipment being dismantled and taking it north of our new border. Oh shit. It had turned into a state taken over by cocaine manufacturing cartels. Cool. Build a wall around all Texas and then put a roof over it and don't let anyone out. A roof on it. Go further than building a wall, dude. Build a tomb. Build an enclosement facility. Just make a Texas-shaped house. One big giant roof. Build a dome around America. Yeah. Let's get on it. I agree. Let's go. Dome. Build the dome. Build the Thunderdome. Yeah, we're going to build a dome over Texas, and then we're going to make Texas pay for it. Well, if one state can secede, then unless punish others, no doubt follow. Texas would be the big red one, and California the big blue one. Well, there's a difference between Texas and California, though. Like, California, interestingly enough, probably has the most viability of any state in actually pulling off something like seceding from the Union. California alone is the 5th largest economy on the planet. Beleaguered by drought as it may be, our agriculture supplies something like 25% or 30% of all the fucking goods that people consume. So that turned inward on our own population, and like California is kind of ready to go. Yeah, I mean, if California seceded from the Union, the United States would, I mean, it would be a huge crisis for the rest of the nation. If Texas seceded from the Union, it would be Tuesday. Well, it would be Tuesday and what's left of the United States of America. It would be pretty weird and tough in Texas, but hey, that's to be expected, right? Yeah, you're probably right about that. Water supply is going to be, if it isn't now, which it pretty much is, but it would definitely be a much more pronounced issue for any kind of secession plan, because California is just turning into a desert. Have you seen the people defending the cops' actions in the Texas shooting? Utterly disgusting and pathetic. No, I haven't seen them. Have actually not seen them. I haven't gone looking for them though. Pretty much like in my sphere of influence, the reaction to that has been, what a bunch of fucking do-nothing pussies. And what's the point of having a fucking police department if they're just going to stand around while your children are being killed by an idiot? Like, what's the point? That's been pretty much the uniform reaction. From what I've seen with the shooting and the cops' reaction, both liberals and conservatives hate them with a passion. Yeah. Like I said, I really have not seen people going like, but what about the cops, though? Like, so if those people exist, thankfully they haven't darkened my doorstep. Their hateful wind has not fucking brushed my ears. What do you expect from the Supreme Court next? Dude, I'm not Nostradamus when it comes to the conservative fucking mindset. So I don't fucking know. I think that the institution of the Supreme Court is fundamentally flawed. I think the biggest flaw is the lifetime appointment of the justices, which I understand is inserted in order to protect those justices from perceived political influence. But I think that we've seen that just the appointment of justices is providing that influence, and that the lifetime appointment of said justices is silly and causes anachronistic problems. It causes the court to be against something like 65% of the country is for. So, in my opinion, the court needs to be re-examined as an institution, and its power to legislate directly from the bench needs to be given oversight. And the power of people to fucking sit there for fucking 40 years while the world passes them by and they become old, still trying to legislate for a generation of people that they don't understand. Do you feel somewhat vindicated with past warnings now that we're seeing a lack of democratic action? I really don't feel vindicated when I'm correct about things. Despite the fact that I'm given a lot of shit for, taking the positions that I do when I do, I don't feel a sense of vindication when I turn out to be right, because nobody remembers that I was right. You know what I mean? Expecting people to remember, like, I know some people do, but like, oh, remember when Paul 2 years ago said that fucking Roe v. Wade was going to get canceled and fucking the Democrats are going to sit on their hands and do nothing to stop it. Or Biden was just going to be an intermittent pause between Trump and Trump, or any of the other calls that I've fucking made. I really don't feel like any sense of vindication, because I don't feel like anybody learns from it. What would be vindicating to me would be to hear people that were vociferously opposing my position change their positions as a result of seeing that I was right. You know what I mean? That would be vindicating. But that's not what happens. Now, people are capable of endless rationalization. And sometimes just be willing to rush headlong down a fucking road for the sheer ego of it. And so there's nothing vindicating in that. Anyway, I'm going to get on out of here. Thank you guys for chilling for just a little bit. I'll see you next time.